Children play football. Raju is calm. You have a car. Can you identify the verb in these sentences? If so, pause for a few seconds and try. Answers 1. Play. It shows the action of the subject. Here, children play football. 2. Is. It shows the subject's state of being. Here, Raju is calm. 3. Have. It shows what the subject possesses. Here, you have a car. Now, we can define verb. The word that shows the subject's action or state of being or possession is called a verb. Experts have described verbs in different categories based on semantic, structural, and morphological traits. Again, there are multiple considerations concerning verbs such as action, function, and conjugation that cause the discrete categorization of verbs. What you see now on the screen is a variety of names of verbs we generally come across. Hello friends, welcome to PS India's unique English Easy English Learning YouTube channel. In today's short video, I want to familiarize you with the most used types of verbs in a nutshell. Motivation from your side is very much required to create such videos. Please like, share my videos among the English language learners and subscribe to my channel if not done yet. Don't forget to press the bell icon beside the subscribe button to receive alerts as and when my videos are released. Main verbs. The verbs that can stand alone without the help of any other verb are called main verbs. In the example, Ravi reads a novel. Reads is the main verb. In I have a car, have is the main verb. Here, have shouldn't be confused with have auxiliary. In I have purchased a car, have is not the main verb. It is just helping the main verb purchase. Thus, main verb is an important verb, typically showing either the action or state of being of the subject in a sentence. Therefore, the main verbs are also called lexical verbs, full verbs, or principal verbs. In the example, I have purchased a car, we have seen that have is not the main verb. It is a helping verb. It adds functional meaning to the main verb. Here, functional means grammatical that may reveal tense, voice, modality, aspect, etc. Primary auxiliaries be, do, and have are the primary auxiliaries. Be auxiliary is, am, are, was, were, be, being, been. Do auxiliary, do, does, and did. One important thing to note here, done is not an auxiliary. Instead, it can be used as the main verb, as in I have done the work. Have auxiliaries, have, has, had. Modal auxiliaries, shall, will, should, would, may, might, must, can, could. Semi-modal auxiliaries, ought to, used to, need, dare. Action verbs are those that express what the subject can do rather than expressing a state of being. Examples: run, touch, write, etc. Action verbs show something moving or changing. They are dynamic. Therefore, action verbs are also called dynamic verbs. The stative verbs are just opposite to action verbs. They describe a state of being or condition. So, they are also called being verbs. Look, hate, understand, own, smell, etc. are a few examples of stative verbs. Stative verbs can't show something moving or changing. Therefore, they are also called non-continuous verbs. We must avoid continuous tense with stative verbs. Let us see this with an example. It is wrong to say, I am understanding you, because to understand is not an action. We should say, I understand you. Sometimes such verbs may describe a dynamic action depending upon some context, as in, the girl is smelling the flower. The verb here is no longer a stative verb because it is describing a physical action. Put short, if a verb describes a dynamic action, it is an action verb. If it describes a static condition, situation, or state of being, it is a stative verb. Friends, can you identify the verbs in these statements? The verbs are writes and drinks. Here, the verb writes transfers its action to the letter. Similarly, the verb drink does to the water. In simple words, a transitive verb always takes a direct object. When you remove direct objects from these sentences, the verbs turn into intransitive verbs. In the sentences, he writes and they drink, the verbs are intransitive because there are no direct objects. There are certain verbs such as sleep, smile, laugh, and listen that we can't turn into transitive. For example, the child slept in the cradle. They smiled. She laughed. I listened to music. Ergative verbs. In the instance where the object of the transitive verb is the subject of the intransitive verb, the verbs are ergative. They are also called ambitransitive. Let me clarify this with a quick example. Example number 1. First sentence. His boss increased the salary. Second sentence. The salary increased by 2000 rupees per month. The verb in the first sentence is transitive because it has a direct object. What is the direct object? Salary. This direct object is the subject of the same verb in the second sentence. Example number 2. The first sentence. The girl dropped the pot. Second sentence. The pot dropped on the floor. The verb in the first sentence is transitive as it has a direct object. The direct object is the pot. In the second sentence, the pot is the subject of the same verb. You can observe verbs in the sentence behaving both transitively and intransitively. It is ambitransitive. Examine one more example now. Example number 3. First sentence. He writes a letter. Second sentence. Letter writes beautifully. If you carefully observe the second sentence, you can find senselessness in the meaning of the transitive verb writes. It is because ergative verbs like increase, drop, finish, and move alone do have both transitive and intransitive meaning. Not all the transitive verbs such as right. You know very well V1, V2, V3 forms of words. They are also called the present, past, and past participle forms of words. Some verbs follow a regular pattern when they get inflected to V2 and V3 forms. Let us see a few examples. Here, to inflect the base forms of play, answer, dance, and close to V2 and V3, we have just added either D or E. Such verbs are called regular verbs. Another name of regular verbs is weak verbs. They are not strong enough to create their own endings. They need only either D or ED to inflect. On the other hand, the verbs which don't follow the before said pattern are irregular. There are 3 types of irregular verbs. Words in which V1, V2, V3 forms are the same. Examples: set, 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 cut, 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 spread, spread, spread. Words in which 2 of the 3 forms are the same. Examples: run, ran, run, in which V1, V3 are same. Teach, taught, taught, in which V2, V3 are the same. In beat, beat, beaten, V1, V2 are the same. I repeat, the verbs which don't follow the before said pattern are called irregular verbs. Verbs in which V1, V2, V3 are altogether different. Examples: do, did, done, go, went, gone, drink, drank, drunk. Finite means fixed or limited. Some verbs are fixed or limited to the subject's tense, person or number. We call them finite verbs. Let's examine. Tense parameter. Example: she writes. The verb writes is fixed to the third person singular pronouns such as she in the simple present tense. Suppose if we change the tense to the simple past, we can't use the same form of the verb because of its finiteness. In the simple past tense, it changes to she wrote. Person parameter. Example: he drinks. Here, drinks is a fixed verb to the pronoun he. Had we used I in its place, the drinks wouldn't have matched because it is fixed or limited to a third person singular pronoun. Number parameter. Example: he eats. Here, eats agrees with the singular subject he. If you change the number of the subject to plural they, you will see a different form of the verb finite to they, that is, eat in this example. In short, finite verbs are fixed or limited to the subject's tense, person, or number. Non-finite verbs are not fixed to any of the parameters we have seen concerning finite verbs. These verbs are infinitives, gerunds, and participles. We must add the particle to the base form of verbs to make them infinitive. Examples: to drink, to write, to sing, etc. Let's examine the following statement containing an infinitive. He wants to eat. Even when I change the simple present tense of this sentence to another tense such as he wanted to eat, the infinitive is not affected. Secondly, when I change the person he to I, again there is no change in the infinitive. And finally, if I change the singular he to a plural pronoun like they, the infinitive remains the same. Gerunds are formed by ing to the base form of verbs such as drinking, writing, and singing. They function as nouns in sentences. Examine this. I like singing. With reference to the statement, the following sentences have respective changes in tense, person, and number. I had liked singing. He likes singing. They like singing. I'm sure you have noted gerund in all the sentences remaining unchanged because it too is a non-finite verb. Participles. There are two types, namely present participle and past participle. The form of the present participle is the same as a gerund. Examples: drinking, writing, singing, etc. Then what is the difference between a gerund and a present participle? A gerund can function as a noun, whereas a participle can function as an adjective. As in, I called the singing boy. Here, singing qualifies the boy. Another type of participle is past participle, that is V3 form of word, such as written, broken, and spoken. These two can function as an adjective, as in, I don't wear broken glasses. Here, broken describes glasses performing the function of an adjective. So friends, all we have discussed now is non-finite verbs. Now let us learn linking, the other name copular verbs. Examine here. Small is beautiful. The curd tastes sour. Anita became restless. Ravi has become a surgeon. In these examples, the predicate doesn't explain action like action words. The predicate contains a verb and other words which say something about the subject itself. In other words, a linking verb or copular verb links the subject and the complement, whereas an action verb denotes the subject's action only. How to identify whether a verb is a linking verb or not? It is too simple. Just check whether the predicate is giving some additional information about the subject. If it is not, then it is not a linking verb. It must be an action verb. Here, you can note down some common linking words. Be, there is, am, was, etc. Appear, become, continue, feel, grow, hear, look, remain, sound, taste, stay, etc. Causative verbs. Causative verbs are such verbs in whose case the doer is not doing any action but he is making someone do the same. For example, the officer submitted a reply to the head office. The officer made the assistant submit a reply to the head office. In sentence 1, submitting a reply to the head office is being done by the officer himself. But in sentence 2, the verb made doesn't indicate the officer doing the action. The verb made indicates that the officer is causing the assistant to do the work. Few more examples with causative verbs. I had my eyes checked. She let her daughter study abroad. She couldn't get her son to attend the function. He didn't let his children use mobile recklessly. List of common causative verbs can be seen. Let, have, make, get, enable, cause, force, keep, hold, require, and help. Let us understand the difference between lexical verbs and delexical verbs first. I hope after this it is easier to know the light verbs. Lexical verbs express an independent meaning without the help of any other. Let us see two examples first. Mother looked, she cleaned. Here, the verbs looked and cleaned contain independent meanings on their own. Such verbs are called lexical verbs. Surprisingly, we can also express the same sentences differently. Instead of saying mother looked, he cleaned, we can say mother had a look, he did the cleaning. See how the verbs in the revised sentences differ from the verbs in the earlier ones. The verbs in the revised sentences are not independent. They rely on other words, usually noun phrases like a look and the cleaning as shown in these examples. Such verbs are called delexical verbs. The other names of delexical verbs are light verbs, thin verbs, weak verbs, or empty verbs. The following are the commonly used delexical verbs: have, do, take, make, get, do, go. Let me give an example for each of the above delexical verbs. Today, they had a good breakfast. I will do the cleaning today. Ragini took a shower in the morning. It makes a big difference. He got punishment. She gave a speech. I go walking daily in the morning. I go for a walk daily in the morning. Reflexive verbs. The name itself reflects something about reflexive verbs. The verb where the action gets reflected upon the subject itself is called a reflexive verb. See the following sentences. Anita tortured herself by overworking. Raju stopped himself from eating the rotten cake. In sentence 1, you can see the action reflecting upon Anita. Similarly, in sentence 2, who did Raju stop is also very clear. Here too, the action reflects upon the subject itself. How to identify whether a given sentence contains a reflexive verb or not? There are two requirements for that. The first requirement is a transitive verb, and the second requirement is a reflexive pronoun. If the sentence meets these two requirements, the verb of that sentence must be a reflexive verb. Fractative verbs. Fractative originally means making something or causing a result. Here, fractative verbs make a direct object something different. Example 1. Rama called Ravana a villain. What does the verb in this sentence indicate? The verb called indicates Ravana has been placed into a new category. Ravana is made as a villain. Called being a fractative verb makes Ravana a villain. Example 2. The managing director appointed Raju the branch manager. Here also, the verb appointed makes Raju the branch manager. Remember, the fractative verb is a transitive verb that takes a direct object and the object complement. Few examples of fractative verbs. My brother called our dog Tiger. The king made his enemy a servant. The bank named him defaulter. They considered him honest. The judge found him guilty. The verbs used to construct conditional sentences are conditional verbs. Let us see examples. If you throw a stone in the air, it comes back down. If my mother calls her, she will come. If you learned English, you will stay in London. If I had not overslept, I wouldn't have been late. If I had woken up earlier, I would be at work already. If you toiled a little more, you could have passed. The sentences 1 to 6 are respectively 0, first, second, third, mixed type 1 and mixed type 2 conditional sentences. You can see the tense structures just below each sentence. We use conditionals to express many of our day-to-day real and unreal situations. There are 5 conditional sentences which you can see now on the screen one by one. Note the structures of all the conditionals carefully. Understand the situations under which we use different types of conditionals. I repeat, the verbs used to construct conditional sentences are conditional verbs. Phrasal verbs. The name itself gives us important clues regarding the meaning of phrasal verbs. These are verb phrases that have idiomatic meaning. Idiomatic means that we cannot understand a phrasal verb according to its literal meaning. Let us see a phrasal verb. Breakdown. To break literally means to fracture, to separate suddenly into 2 or more pieces. Down means descending towards a lower position from higher one. How to guess the meaning of the phrasal verb breakdown now? To fracture and move from a higher to a lower place is not the real meaning of this phrasal verb. We can derive the meaning of phrasal verbs by encountering their usage practically in daily speech and writing. Breakdown means to become emotionally upset. For instance, Raju broke down when he got his exam result. Means Raju became emotionally upset when he got his exam result. Phrasal verbs are formed from verbs plus prepositions or particles. There are unlimited phrasal verbs in English language. You can see now a few phrasal verbs and their meanings on the screen, just as examples of phrasal verbs. Cut down means reduce. The government has cut down unnecessary expenses. Run away. Secretly leave the place. When he was angry, he ran away from home. Work out means solve. The student immediately worked out the problem. Take off means to suddenly leave the place. Their aeroplane took off on time. Dear friends, this is my honest attempt to familiarize you with the most used types of verbs in English language in the shortest possible time. If you feel you have learned something about the types of verbs through this video, please hit the like button, share it among interested learners, and to get notified about my new videos on English grammar and speech, do subscribe now. Don't forget to press the bell icon inside the subscribe button. If you have any queries related to this topic, please leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching.